Please Arizona, Thursday night at 7, right here on Arizona PBS.
Coming up on Arizona Collectibles.
The detail here is just wonderful. It wouldn't surprise me to find out that this is somebody's long winter's night project.
See, I think I should have it. It's a beautiful piece.
Thursday night at 7:30 on Arizona PBS.
Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
AARP in Phoenix thinks today should be your day. So get active and help keep Phoenix in motion, or get involved in improving your community. Take on today and every day. Learn how at aarp.org/Phoenix.
From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
Described as a permanent sunburn in your lungs, a scathing new report looks at the pollution levels we inhale every day.
Immigration reform will not cross over into the Senate. The measure gets rejected in the House, so where does the issue go from here?
Empowerment, inspiration, and strength. We check out an important summer camp for girls that could one day have them saving lives.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Nicole Hernandez.
And I'm Maya Petros. Thank you for joining us. Well, air pollution is primarily invisible day to day,
but its health effects can take years off our lives. Allison Snell looks at a new report on the air quality in our state and in Maricopa County.
The Environment Arizona shows that there was more than 100 days of unhealthy air quality in the Phoenix metro area back in 2016.
We need to move towards clean, renewable energy like wind and solar power.
Chrissy Levitt is the director for Environment Arizona, and she fights for cleaner air.
And this pollution that folks are breathing increases the risk of premature death, asthma attacks, and other health problems.
Environment Arizona released a new report today showing the pollution levels across the country and here in Arizona.
We looked at smog and fine particulate matter. This pollution comes from burning fossil fuels like coal.
The report also looked at what dirty air means for our health.
Similar to a sunburn in the lungs, and it causes respiratory problems.
4.6 million people in the Phoenix area alone have faced 110 days of degraded air quality, which can lead to health effects, including asthma.
A lot of that comes from combustion from driving cars and trucks. We can make an impact on these issues by moving towards clean, renewable energy.
Today in Phoenix, the ozone levels hit 101, which means unhealthy for sensitive groups. If you suffer from health issues, do your best to limit your time outdoors. In downtown Phoenix, Allison Snell, Cronkite News.
Well, right now we're under another high pollution advisory. We've seen a dozen of them, this month. Now the pollution can irritate your respiratory system, and Lauren Sheeler is in with a first check of the forecast.
Now, because the National Weather Service has issued Phoenix a high pollution advisory, that's put our air quality index at unhealthy for sensitive groups. Now, we're talking about people who might have asthma or other respiratory illnesses. They might want to take it a little easier today. Now, this is the 13th time in June alone we've seen advisories such as this in Phoenix, and we're also battling that heat. Taking a look at our highs across the state today, we're sitting at a high of 109 here in Phoenix, 107 out east in Safford, 107 out west in Yuma, 109 in Lake Havasu City, 100 in Kingman, but 92 up in the Grand Canyon, 89 in Flagstaff. And I know those northern temperatures might look a little tempting if you're looking to escape the heat and head up north, but if you can refrain and hold off until this weekend, it would be much encouraged, and we will explain a little bit more why in just a bit.
Even with President Trump's support, the latest attempt at immigration reform went down. The so-called compromise bill was soundly defeated in the House today. Pat Pabletti has the full story from our Washington bureau.
GOP leadership had hoped that this bill would unite the party and address the growing divide it faces on the issue of immigration. And it did, just not in the way that party officials had hoped. 112 Republicans joined all Democrats to defeat the so-called compromise bill by a 301-121 margin. The Border Security and Immigration Reform Act received a last-minute, all-caps endorsement from President Donald Trump. He had demanded that any immigration bill meet 4 pillars, and supporters said this bill did just that.
Overall, the Border Security and Immigration Reform Act of 2018 would support the administration's goals of securing the border, closing legal loopholes, moving to a system of merit-based immigration, and providing a responsible solution to DACA.
But while it may have satisfied the president, it was not so popular in the House. It failed, and failed badly. Today's defeat was even worse than the 38-vote margin on an immigration bill last week. House conservatives had said that they couldn't stomach the protections in either bill for recipients of the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. The Democrats, all of whom voted against both bills, said the bill's cuts to legal immigration and the $25 billion it gave to President Trump to build a wall was too much to bear.
It was terrible. It was about enforcement only, didn't deal with Dreamers, and didn't deal with the family separation. The key thing here that this is a bill negotiated among Republicans. There was no Democrats involved. They never reached out across the aisle so that we could have had some effect of trying to make this bill better.
Republican Congresswoman Martha McSally was the lone representative from Arizona to support the bill. Arizona GOP representatives Paul Gosar, Andy Biggs, Debbie Lesko, and David Schweikert all joined the state's Democrats to reject the immigration plan. It was a bipartisan vote, but probably not in the way that House leaders had hoped. Grijalva had said that any path forward on immigration needs to have bipartisan consensus, and blamed House Speaker Paul Ryan for not delivering it.
He has been terribly cowardly about going against the president or going against some of the more extremists in his caucus and allowing the rest of the members to have an opportunity to take a vote.
Today's vote leaves the future of immigration up in the air. While President Trump has tweeted that the Congress should stop wasting its time on the issue, House Speaker Paul Ryan has said the next step for lawmakers is to take up a narrowly drawn measure which addresses family separation. In Washington, Pat Pobletti, Cronkite News.
Governor Doug Ducey spent the morning touting Arizona's booming tech sector. He announced the expansion of an IT company in downtown Phoenix. Reporter Andrew Christensen tells us how the development could bring more jobs.
The governor announced that Milestone Technologies Incorporated has moved from California to Arizona in order to fuel what he described as an already booming Arizonan economy. I attended a press conference at the Milestone office in Phoenix, where Ducey described the future of jobs in Arizona. Milestone Technologies, an international tech company which says it's committed to helping businesses transform their IT programs. Governor Doug Ducey announced the company's move to Arizona would bring 100 new jobs in the next 9 months.
A pleasure to be here this morning to celebrate yet another big economic win for our state, the further expansion of California-based Milestone Technologies to Arizona.
The governor went on to compare Milestone's expansion to other major companies' move to Arizona, such as Amazon and Deloitte.
As governor here, I am competing, and I'm thrilled when people choose Arizona for investment, for expansion, for distribution, and supply chain. And that's what we're seeing here.
Ducey introduced CEO Nelson Ng, who described their services.
What makes us unique and how we revolutionized, to the governor's question before, is that we marry that ability to perform for those types of very demanding customers with our ability to align with their corporate cultures.
Ng says the move to Arizona was based on a combination of factors, but felt Arizona is a state that makes it easy to do business.
It could be categorized in many ways. It could be the ability to get in and out of the city for infrastructure, like having an airport, which is very close by here. I think we're only 5 minutes away. Access to talent, being able to hire skilled workers quickly who can do the work at a competitive rate of pay, and a place where there's good quality of life so that our employees are happy.
Milestone is looking to hire skilled workers for their call center as well as technicians. Ng also mentioned there are executive-level positions available. Andrew Christensen, Cronkite News.
Today is National HIV Testing Day, and there were several stations set up around Phoenix that were providing free tests. I spoke with people providing the tests about why it's important to be certain about your HIV status. While the national average for the number of HIV cases is decreasing, in Arizona the numbers have been on the rise for years.
In Arizona, 55% of the population have never been HIV tested.
Meaning some people have the disease without even knowing about it.
So that's a problem in terms of prevention and trying to end the epidemic because they're spreading HIV unknowingly.
But today's free testing event is aimed at educating the public and destigmatizing HIV testing.
It has a lot to do with the misconceptions around HIV and what it actually means to have it.
To get tested for HIV, it's just a small prick in the finger, and it's important to do so because the disease is now easily treated, much like diabetes. According to a 2016 Arizona Department of Health Services report, there were almost 9,000 people being treated for HIV in the state. The rates in Arizona are on the rise for many reasons, including better testing.
And others of it is because young people in particular are not necessarily taking the precautions.
Precautions like using protection, getting tested, and avoiding sharing needles. This is an annual event, but people can and should get tested year-round. The test takes anywhere between 2 and 20 minutes, and there are clinics around the valley that provide the service.
In a major setback to the medical marijuana industry, the Arizona Court of Appeals has ruled that cannabis extracts are illegal. This affects hashish, the resin extracted from marijuana. It's also known as hash or wax and is one of the biggest sellers in state dispensaries. It's used to fill vape cartridges and create infused food and drinks. The extract is also the main ingredient in cannabis oil, which can be used to help fight epilepsy symptoms. Legalization advocates say this ruling is a huge threat to the industry, but dispensaries will likely wait for a final ruling from the Supreme Court before pulling products from shelves. Well, coming up on Cronkite News, too many died and too many remain sick.
All from uranium mining and nuclear fallout during the Cold War. Up next, stories of hardship, illness, and death. Why Congress could soon expand a program to help downwinders.
And the future of firefighting is female. How a Goodyear summer camp is preparing a group of high school students to ignite a career path.
As journalists at Cronkite News, we report on stories that matter to you by focusing on the local impact. We dig deeper and work tirelessly to keep you informed.
Live in Wickerburg.
Live in Los Angeles. In Cleveland. In Washington. In Louisville.
From Jerusalem. Live in Philadelphia. From around the world to right here in Phoenix.
At Cronkite News, we report the facts and stick to the truth.
I'm Judy Woodruff, anchor and managing editor of the PBS NewsHour. The journalists of tomorrow face a fast-changing media landscape, but quality news remains vitally important to our communities, our country, and our world. At ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, students learn solid, reliable reporting, holding the powerful accountable, and rebuilding the public's trust. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
They're called downwinders, people who lived downwind of atomic test sites during the Cold War. They were in the path of radioactive fallout from those tests. Now Congress is looking at expanding the radiation exposure compensation program for them. It's a proposal that was welcomed today by miners and residents from Arizona, as Danny Coble reports from our Washington bureau.
Leslie Begay made his living as a uranium miner, but he still carries a reminder of that work with him every day.
The day that I was carrying this and my friend asked me, he kind of like brushed it off. I said, no, you're not. He says, get yourself checked. This is the serious stuff. About 2 months later, he's gone. He just got him just like that.
The serious stuff is cancer, one of the effects faced by uranium miners and people who live downwind of the nuclear test sites in Nevada. Begay was on hand today as the Senate Judiciary Committee heard a bill that would increase the compensation that miners and downwinders can receive to help treat the diseases that have been linked to nuclear testing.
The money will not fix, the health problems, the folks that are behind us, but that just and fair compensation will help begin the healing process.
The bill would also broaden eligibility for minors and add residents in 4 states to the 3 states, including Arizona, that are now covered. Nez also urged that the Senate to simplify the application process. Critics said one of the current ways to get benefits is to produce documents that prove you lived in an exposed area, but not all members of the Navajo Nation have access to such documents.
I know that the Navajo Nation is a federal trust land, and I think it's really unfair for the government, Department of Justice, to prove that we live in these designated areas. So hopefully with the amendment, these will ease a lot of problems, and that would help a lot of people.
For those who qualify, it can still be a struggle. Begay says he has to travel to Phoenix for treatment because there are not healthcare facilities on the reservations equipped to do so.
I am totally down to nothing almost. I mean, this is, unprepared for, that it is very unprepared for.
On Capitol Hill, Danny Coble, Cronkite News.
In addition to Arizona, downwinders who live in Nevada and Utah can currently apply for compensation from the fund. The bill would expand eligibility to residents of New Mexico, Colorado, Idaho, and Montana.
President Trump will get a second opportunity to nominate a Supreme Court justice. Today, Anthony Kennedy announced he will be retiring from the Supreme Court. His last day will be July 31st, and he will be 82 years old. Kennedy was appointed during the Reagan administration. President Trump's first nominee to court was Justice Neil Gorsuch. Hours before his announcement, Justice Kennedy was pivotal in a Supreme Court ruling. The High Court dealt a major blow to public employee unions. The 5-4 ruling says government workers can't be forced to contribute to labor unions that represent them in collective bargaining. The Phoenix-based Goldwater Institute called the decision a win for free speech and the First Amendment.
National Security Advisor John Bolton met with Russian President Vladimir Putin today to discuss organizing a summit meeting with President Trump. Bolton says both leaders value the opportunity to meet.
Both President Trump and President Putin feel that it's important for these two leaders of these two critically important countries to get together and discuss their mutual problems and areas of cooperation.
Bolton said the meeting was to discuss a date for sometime next month. Now, where the two leaders will be meeting is yet to be determined. This meeting arrangement comes just weeks after President Trump met with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in a summit in Singapore.
Summer is usually the time for kids to have for rest and relaxation.
But we found some high school students who are working hard through the summer heat. Coming up on Cronkite News, these high school girls are preparing for a fiery future career.
And if you are hoping to head up to northern Arizona tomorrow, you might want to hold off until this weekend. I'll explain why coming up.
I'm Matt Berry, ESPN Sports Center anchor and graduate of ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. With its bachelor's and master's degrees in sports journalism, the Cronkite School is preparing the next generation of sports journalists to tell stories that matter, stories that excite, inspire, and inform. Cronkite immerses students in covering sports at all levels in one of the country's top sports markets. It's this hands-on experience under the guidance of award-winning sports media veterans that shape the top journalists of tomorrow.
If you're looking for one show that tells you what happened that day in the world of business, it's NBR.
We saw a classic shipwreck.
Nordstrom's opening stores.
Triple-digit gains.
Crude climbs.
We're there to help our audience find new investment ideas.
The market still has room to go up.
Nightly Business Report is the longest-running business television program in history.
Weeknights at 10:30 on Arizona PBS.
Only about 4% of firefighters across the country are women, but that's going to change. Cronkite News reporter Kevin Fleischman takes us to a camp igniting girls into future firefighters.
Nicole, despite the summer heat, the students in the Goodyear Fire Academy were exercising, putting on turnout gear, and climbing ladders, all to learn what it takes to become a firefighter.
I hope to meet some female firefighters that kind of draw me in the right direction, and I'm really hoping to get a hands-on experience and to see what I want to do and just to make sure that this is really what I want to do.
Tatum Kramer is one of 17 high school girls learning what it takes to become a firefighter. This year marks Goodyear's 4th annual girls high school camp. Laura Davis, who started the camp, has been a firefighter and EMT for the past 12 years. She says the camp not only teaches about the demands of working in the fire service, but it provides life skills for whatever career these young women choose.
It's also just about building confidence and showing these girls that there's other things out there that they can probably do a lot more than they ever thought they could.
During the week-long camp, the young women will learn different drills and exercises. Some of those include learning how to climb the fire ladder and using the equipment. To encourage more women to become firefighters, Davis says more departments should have camps like this one.
I didn't even really consider this as a career when I was their age, so I would have loved to do something like this when I was in high school. So I think things like these are what's really going to help get the word out and get girls to be able to even just be exposed to those opportunities.
Kramer says she is nervous about climbing the ladder for the first time, but knows they wouldn't set her up to fail.
I'm nervous, but I know that I have a lot of trust in the truck and a lot of trust in the person that's going to be behind me, so I know everything will be fine.
And that trust may help her continue on the path to becoming a first responder.
I want to try to join the cadet program. I maybe want to do an EMT, go on an ambulance for a little bit, get a degree in fire science, probably up at the college in Flagstaff.
Now, 17 high school students attended this year's camp, and the fire department hopes to one day be able to hire some of these girls full-time. In the broadcast center, Kevin Fleischman, Cronkite News.
The general manager of Arizona Snow Bowl is asking the Forest Service to let them reopen. In an email to the agency, he said the resort has a full plan to prevent fires. Snow Bowl has been closed since late May due to wildfire danger. Last Friday, several Republican members of the House of Representatives asked for the resort to be allowed to reopen, saying the closure was hurting the local economy.
And the risk of a wildfire increases tomorrow. Red flag warnings will be in effect for more of the high country. The National Weather Service reports gusts could reach up to 40 miles per hour in some parts.
Well, we know it's hot and dry right here in the valley, but when will we see any relief from the sun's rays?
Lauren Sheeler in today with your full weather forecast.
Sitting over a beautiful shot of downtown Phoenix. We're currently sitting at 110 degrees. Sunny skies, just some light winds heading out from the east. But taking a look, we're a little above average for this time of year, usually sitting at about 106, but well below that record high of 118 we set back in 1990. Now taking a look, we do have an excessive heat warning in northern Arizona. This is going to be effective daytime tomorrow until about 9 p.m. So if you can avoid heading up north tomorrow, it might be in your best interest. This is also the same reason that places like Flagstaff have decided to cancel their 4th of July firework displays, which were set to be about 1 week out. So really just excessively hot and dry conditions if you can avoid it, and hold off until the weekend. Sedona might be a good place to visit. We're seeing a high of only 92 on Saturday, and you know our temperatures in Phoenix are a little rough when 92 sounds refreshing, but their lows are still in those 60s. Taking a look at how we're comparing to cities across our region, we're seeing 103 down south in El Paso, Santa Fe at 99, 102 up in Grand Junction, 89 in Flagstaff, and 105 in Tucson. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast, we're looking at a 108 high for tomorrow, taking a little dip in our weekend, some nice cloud coverage there on Sunday, and then we are unfortunately on the rise once again. Monday at 107, 108 for Tuesday, and taking a look at your 4th of July forecast, get ready for a hot Independence Day, looking at a high of 108 for Cronkite weather. I'm Lauren Sheeler.
Well, it's toasty outside, but Arizona athletes have proven they can take the heat.
Especially the Arizona State Sun Devil eyeing the Tokyo Olympics. Coming up on Cronkite News, how a track and field champion overcame obstacles to gain national recognition.
I like working for Cronkite News because it gives us the opportunity to find a different angle on the same stories that every other news outlet is covering across Arizona. As students, we have the opportunity to cover issues in all across the state of Arizona.
It gives me a good chance to sharpen my skills, improve my skills, learn the techniques in a newsroom and in the programs and teamwork and technology, getting me prepared for the real world. And at the same time, I think we do a great job, make some great stories, do great journalism for the city of Phoenix and the state of Arizona.
I'm Ted Simons, host and managing editor of Arizona Horizon. Join us each weekday at 5:30 and 10 as we bring you the top newsmakers who impact the state. We cover the stories in depth that shape and affect our local communities, and we take the time to ensure that all voices are equally heard. For more than 30 years, Arizona Horizon has been your voice and your source for what matters most, right here on Arizona PBS.
Fresh off a national track and field title in Des Moines, Iowa, Sun Devil athletic star Maggie Ewan jetted off to California to receive a prestigious award, as Cassidy Pickrell reports from our Los Angeles bureau.
Four-time NCAA champion Maggie Ewan almost did not finish her collegiate track and field career at Arizona State.
I had a really big coaching change a year ago, and that is definitely the biggest obstacle I had to overcome.
Head track and field coach Greg Kraft gave Ewan a full release to transfer to any other school she desired, but did not want to see her leave.
He also told me, we're not just going to leave you behind. You know, we're going to bring in someone. We're going to make it worth your time to stay here. And
they definitely did that.
Just this past weekend, she won a USA national title in the shot, the Olympic champion, and was second in the discus. And then one day later, was honored as one of the top 3 athletes in any sport at the Collegiate Women's Sports Awards.
It's been a whirlwind kind of weekend. With the championships, you know, I did a lot better than I was expecting myself to, with a field of amazing women there. And then to be able to come back here and to do this, you know, it was so worth my time and worth the effort. It's really an honor to be surrounded by such amazing women.
The Collegiate Women's Sports Awards are presented annually to the top female athletes in 12 NCAA-sanctioned sports. The extravaganza included a day of interviews, appearances, and even some pampering.
It was such an honor just to be acknowledged, you know, as that track and field recipient for the award. So top 3 hadn't even crossed my mind, you know, none of that. So to be up there was truly, truly an honor.
Ewan's extensive list of accolades and accomplishments not only made her arguably the best female athlete to leave their mark at ASU, but also one of the top track and field athletes in collegiate history. In Los Angeles, Cassidy Pickrell, Cronkite News.
Ewan will now turn her attention to a professional career. Her short-term goal, medals in Tokyo in 2020 at the Olympic Summer Games.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
On the next Arizona Horizon, a clean elections debate between Democrats running for the Arizona Corporation Commission, the regulatory agency that sets utility rates. A Corporation Commission debate on the next Arizona Horizon.
I'm Judy Woodruff on the next NewsHour. The last day of a busy Supreme Court term, the justices weigh in on a major case about the power of labor unions. That's Wednesday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thank you for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Arizona is leading the way in cutting-edge scientific research in our very own backyard. Join us on Catalyst, the show that explores new advancements, technologies, and innovations at